Looks like we won.
You know, we did kind of just barge in here all of a sudden. Now that I think about it, it may just have been protecting the graveyard against intruders.
Well, I'd feel kind of bad about that then.
Don't worry. The Spring Guardian is a spirit, so even if it's gone temporarily, it'll go back to normal soon. Come on, let's get the simile water and start heading back.
What is it, Jazz? It seems like you have something on your mind.
Claves, what do you think of falsetto?
Huh? What do you mean?
We have an information leak on our hands. There's a spy within our ranks, and I think that it may very well be falsetto.
What?
You don't think she's been acting strange lately? She's being oddly combative. Especially toward you. Think about it. She never used to be like that.
Well, it could be that falsetto is just jealous of us.
I sincerely hope that's all it is. Even so, there is definitely something she's hiding from me. I've known her since childhood, so we can tell almost everything about each other.
Everything. Hold on. If there's a spy among us, wouldn't the guards have been watching the dungeon? Remember, our plan was to infiltrate the dungeon directly through the secret passage.
Yes, that is true.
It must have been a coincidence. I can't believe falsetto is a spy.
Yes, you're right. Thanks, Claves. That's a relief. I was just about to lose my faith in falsetto. It sure is taking them a long time. You think I should go to Andante and get them?
Yes, that's a good idea.
Guess it's nothing.
You fool. The information you provided us was very valuable. But I was ordered to kill you if your identity was revealed. Don't take it personally.
I know you. You're Rondo.
Falsetto has suspected you for some time now. I suppose sooner or later, they were bound to find out. You had the perfect opportunity to frame her as a spy, and you let it slip away. That failure cannot go unpunished.
I already knew that falsetto suspected it was me.
Claves, why do you always need things repeated? Well, they do taste good in soup. I don't know about that. I seriously doubt he'll be attacking Andantino anytime soon. It's boring when things always go according to plan. It's nice to have things shaken up every once in a while. It's okay with you, isn't it, Claves? A lifetime to build, but it only takes a moment to destroy. You know, human beings really are masters of destruction. Everything we do has some effect on the environment. And ultimately, that ends up affecting human society as well.
Waltz really made a mistake when he chose me for this mission. Because I went and fell in love with the target. I guess I'm a failure as a spy. But more than that, I'm an idiot too. Why did I say those things to him?
Well, it could be that Falsetto is just jealous of us.
I sincerely hope that's all it is. Even so, there is definitely something she's hiding from me. I've known her since childhood, so we can tell almost everything about each other.
Everything.
When he was saying that he and Falsetto knew everything about each other, I felt so... The truth is, I guess I'm the one who was jealous of them. As a woman, I just didn't want to lose to Falsetto. I wanted to fight for him fairly and have him choose me. What a joke. A fair fight? That's the last thing anyone would expect from someone as deceitful as me. And yet, after all that I've done...
Hold on. If there's a spy among us, wouldn't the guards have been watching the dungeon? Remember, our plan was to infiltrate the dungeon directly through the secret passage.
I even surprised myself when I said it. I can't believe I didn't take advantage of my chance to frame Falsetto. Maybe Rondo was right. If I had just made her out to be the spy, my job and my love life would have been easy. But it's strange. I don't regret it at all. For once, it actually felt like we were on equal footing.
Yes, that is true.
It must have been a coincidence. I can't believe Falsetto is a spy.
Yes, you're right. Thanks, Claves. That's a relief. I was just about to lose my faith in Falsetto.
Well, ultimately, I guess I lose both in work and in love. I wish I had grown up with Jazz. Then, just maybe I would have led a life better than the one I did. I truly envy Falsetto. This will be my final gift to both of them. Now go! Fly! But your destination isn't Forte anymore. It's Baroque. It's done. I had to do at least one good deed in the end, or else the Valkyries would never come for me. I wonder if they'll ever figure out who the spy was. That it was me.
Yes, I'm sure Falsetto will tell them.
Were my feelings real? Or was it all just some kind of illusion? Everything I've ever done has always just been an act. But at least, at the end, I want to be the real me. I truly loved you.
you are. I've been looking all over the place for you, you know.
Oh, hi, Beat. I'm sorry about that.
Hey, are you thinking about Reto and the others? You don't have to worry about them. I'm sure they're all okay. Besides, Reto's not the type to croak from just falling off a bridge.
You have a point there. I'm sure you're right. Thank you, Beat.
Still, we were pretty lucky back there, don't you think?
If we hadn't been picked up by that Baroque ship, I don't know what would have happened.
Thank you so much for helping us like this.
Don't mention it. It was nothing.
Is there any way we can repay you? You did save our lives.
Yeah, you've already done so much for us. Is there anything we can do to help out? This little squirt here can wash dishes for you or something.
Hey, no fair! You can't start calling me Little Squirt just because my hat washed away.
At least it sounds like you're all in good spirits, but I'm afraid there's nothing you could help with. Really, you should probably all just get some rest. Oh, and allow me to introduce myself. My name is Crescendo. I suppose you could say I'm the captain of this ship.
Huh? Crescendo? Gee, that's kind of a tough name to say. Couldn't we call you something else, something easier to say?
Beat, please, don't be silly. Besides, I thought you said you were good at remembering people's names.
I must say, you're very young to be the captain of a ship.
You're a captain? Hey, hold on now. This guy doesn't even have a hook or an eye patch. There's no way he's a real captain.
I'm sorry, Captain. I apologize for her rudeness. Hey, maybe I'll just call you Captain for now. I could remember your name, no problem, but you need to show respect to the ship's captain.
Feel free to call me whatever you'd like, really.
Well, Captain Crescendo, thank you for your kindness. I think we'll get some rest as you suggested. I wonder if Allegretto and the others are all right. I think I'll go outside. Maybe some fresh air will cheer me up. So the world is all just Frederick's dream. Good evening, Frederick. I see you haven't woken up from your dream yet.
Oh, hello, Polka. Are you having trouble sleeping?
Yes. I'm still worried about the others.
Polka, there was something I said to you before. About the way everything in the world slowly fades away, gradually losing its color. But since I've come to this place, I've begun to feel as if that is somehow being reversed.
What do you mean?
Well, compared to when I first came to this world, now when I look around, I feel as if everything in the world is becoming more vivid, more clear. Could this be the proof I sought? Is this world, which must be a dream, somehow becoming more real? Or does it only prove that I myself am slipping away, fading even faster than the world around me? For example, I find myself wondering about whether the others are all right. Not long ago, I wouldn't have cared what happened to them. Why should I when none of this is actually happening? But now, I'm genuinely concerned. I don't know why, but I feel a strong sense of solidarity, a connection with the people of this world.
Well, I think that's a perfectly normal way for you to feel. After all, it's only natural to worry about people you've spent time with and grown to care about.
You know, before I had this illness, everything around me seemed so dull and ordinary. But since I found out my life would soon be over, even little things seem to shine with an inner light. Like the sound of wood crackling in a fireplace, the smell of a campfire, leaves slowly floating down a stream, the gentle sound of falling snow. Now that I think about it, I probably only feel that way because I am approaching death myself and have begun to fade more rapidly. Just as Amelia did.
Amelia?
My sister. She was only 14 when she was struck down by tuberculosis, the exact age you are now.
Oh, your sister was my age when she... I see.
How terrifying it must have been for her, forced to accept an inescapable fate. She must have had so many hopes and dreams. Why? Why does God allow such things to happen to good people? Taking away even her chance to live. Poor Amelia.
It is sad, but everyone dies eventually. It's just that for some people like Amelia and me, it happens a little bit earlier, that's all. Besides, in a way, Amelia still lives on, doesn't she? She lives on inside your heart, Frederick. And she lives in the wonderful music that your heart creates. She also lives on inside all the people of the world whose hearts are moved when they listen to your music. Amelia won't ever really die. She'll touch the hearts of every generation to come. Through her brother's melodies, she will live on forever. I think that's wonderful. Frederick, do you need any more proof that part of her still lives on than the thought of that?
You know, Polka, whenever I'm with you, I feel like I'm talking to Amelia. It's almost as if Amelia is saying the very same things to me. Thank you, Polka. I believe you've taught me something very important tonight. Very important indeed.
Frederick, there's just something about you that draws others to you. And since I met you, my way of thinking has changed quite a bit. Although I didn't realize it before, I think I've been dwelling on the past and ignoring the future. Because thinking about the future is just too painful when you know you're going to die soon. But you told me when we met that this whole world existed inside your dream, right? At first, I thought you were teasing me by saying that this was your dream. But now, I actually think that it's a really beautiful idea. And now I realize that believing in you is really the same thing as believing in the future. That's especially important for someone like me, who uses magic. You help me be more positive about the future and what I need to do. I should really be thanking you, Frederick, because you've taught me something very important too. What was that?
Damn it! Of all the times for this to happen!
That's a big ship. What is it?
It's a pirate ship. They appear out of nowhere sometimes and attack vessels that travel up this river. The pirates sneak up from behind and ram their unsuspecting target.
That's terrible.
Maybe there's something we can do. We should repay them for helping us.
I agree. But whatever we do, we have to move quickly or those people will try to board this ship.
It's far too dangerous. These pirates, even their underlings, are very strong.
Hey, that's no way for our captain to talk. Don't worry about a thing. Just leave it to us.
What's all the fuss? Is something happening? Still really sleepy. That's it! That's it! Ha! You know they've got a captain with an eye patch and a hook! Ooh, and I'll bet they have a lot of treasure.
Hey, wait!
Beat, don't! Oh, not you two!
All right. We'll go over and keep them occupied. Meanwhile, try to pull the ship away as far as you can to keep them from boarding.
Right. I'll do everything I can.
Very good. If you'll excuse me. Are you all right?
What the? What's this thing? It looks like some kind of weird rock or something.
Hey, Polka, why are you carrying around this weird stone?
be honest with you, I don't even remember how long I've had that stone. According to my mother, I was already carrying it around with me when I was just 4 years old. She would tell me to throw it away, but I wouldn't listen to her. Apparently, I said it was a gift from someone I love, and I would never throw it away, no matter what.
Huh? You had a boyfriend when you were 4? Wow, you were really precocious, weren't you?
I don't know why, but for some reason this stone feels very important to me, and I've never been able to throw it away.
The distant memories of a fleeting love. Oh, it's so incredibly romantic.
Enough with the mushy stuff. Let's just get moving.
Oh, wow! It looked like what Salsa said was true after all.
Yes, so it would seem. Amazing. We've actually managed to find the pirate's treasure.
You see, it's just like I told you. I knew we'd find it.
But wait, is it really okay for us to take it? I mean, this is an awful lot of treasure. I feel kind of guilty taking so much.
Come on, you'll never become a big shot if you say silly things like that. Taking this much treasure is no big deal at all.
I'm quite sure these items were all stolen in the first place, so I doubt anyone will complain.
Yeah, exactly. With a huge pile of treasure like this in front of you, nobody'd be interested in any of this other junk. Except her.
Oh, poor Beat. I guess now you go back to being the short one again.
Now then, I think it's time for us to be heading back. We should hurry and let Captain Crescendo know everything that's happened.
That's fine with me. But before we do that, as luck would have it, there just happens to be a full-length mirror right here. Beat, go stand in front of it for a minute, will ya?
Oh, I just remembered something I wish I hadn't.
What's wrong? Did something happen?
No, it's nothing. Never mind. All right. right, I'm going back inside now. You should come in soon too, okay? It's probably gonna start any minute now.
was wonderful. Everyone danced so beautifully. I wish I could dance like that.
Yeah, and wow, I never knew Frederick was that good either.
Huh? Good at what?
At the piano, of course. Weren't you watching? Didn't you see him playing? The way he played was just so amazing. Way better than any piano player I've ever heard before. It was almost like he was a real professional pianist.
What? Are you saying Frederick was playing that music? I was watching the people dancing the whole time. I didn't pay any attention to who was playing the music.
Hey, you guys! We have to go see the captain. Hurry!
See the captain?
You two need to stop calling him the captain. You should call him Prince Crescendo, for he is the Prince of Baroque.
I'll bet the captain's going to have a feast prepared to thank Frederick for playing the piano. It isn't fair if they get a head start.
Oh, so Frederick has already gone to join Prince Crescendo?
Yeah, and if we don't hurry up, they'll eat all the food.
I wonder if they're gonna feed us something really good. Come on, let's go. I don't want to miss out on that.
Mr. Chopin, thank you for your stellar performance. Allow me to introduce my fiancée. This is Serenade, and the little one with her is Minuet.
Hello. I am very pleased to make your acquaintance.
Hey, what's going on here, Salsa? They're just talking about boring stuff. I don't see food anywhere.
Well, I just thought they were probably gonna eat all the good stuff before we could get here.
There is something I wanted to tell all of you about the position Baroque is in right now. Count Waltz is using mineral powder to convert his population into soldiers who fear nothing, not even death, to create an unstoppable army. As soon as his preparations are complete, it is almost certain that he and his armies will invade Baroque. However, if Baroque were to preemptively challenge Forte, many innocent civilians would surely get caught up in the resulting all-out war.
The suffering of innocents is one of the greatest tragedies of war. It's appalling.
So, what are you gonna do now?
Well, I thought that the solution to the problem would be to find a way to assassinate Count Waltz to avoid any other casualties. So I aided Andantino.
But you see, I am opposed to that plan. I believe assassination would be the equivalent of a declaration of war against Forte. And if we were to do that, would it not be the same kind of evil for which Count Waltz is responsible? History always repeats itself. Even if we managed to succeed in assassinating Count Waltz, another Count Waltz would appear, then another. The problem itself would still remain. If we throw all our support behind a band of rebels, I believe it will be Baroque that is disgraced in the end.
I see. And you're correct. Looking back on history, mankind does indeed repeat the same mistakes, over and over again. Someone else with evil designs will surely appear to fill the void.
If it's really as important as all that, how can people just forget about it?
It's because the passage of time allows us to forget tragic and painful events. We let them go so that we're able to continue on with our lives. Like letters written in sand and then blown away by the wind, they're all forgotten.
But there are some things we must never forget, no matter what. Tragic memories that we have to carve firmly in stone, so that the wind can never blow them away.
I have a favor to ask. I understand that all of you are acquainted with Jazz? There is a message I would like you to pass on to him. It is this. Baroque can no longer provide you with any assistance. No matter how much of a tyrant Count Waltz may be, there is no way we can be absolutely certain that he will ever attack us. If we were to make a preemptive strike against him, it would be a classic example of man's suspicious nature leading him to war.
Serenade, I know in my heart that everything you've said is correct. That's why I wanted...
What is it, Captain?
It's nothing. We must achieve true peace, not simply the appearance of it. But, because of the current situation with Forte, there is no way I can leave Baroque at the present time. Besides, if I were to be seen making contact with Andantino, that very thing alone could act as a trigger for war. Is there any way you could meet with Jazz, and tell him for me that this struggle itself is the very thing that's leading the world into chaos?
What do you mean, exactly?
You want us to inform Andantino that Baroque can no longer provide support for its actions?
I know that it's selfish of me to ask this of you.
Yes, you're right. As you say, it is rather selfish of you.
Frederick?
Up until now, you have been providing Andantino with support, is that correct? Denying them that support because your opinions have changed is rather irresponsible.
That may be true, but you must understand. We have come to realize that the actions we have taken up to this point have been mistaken. Regardless of the criticism that we may face later, should we not correct those mistakes?
I imagine it won't be difficult for the two of you to shake off any criticism. However, have you stopped to consider what this will do to Andantino, who will be cut off without any warning?
Of course, it wasn't our intention for the people of Andantino or Forte to suffer. And yet, as the Prince of Baroque, I have a duty to put the welfare of my people above all else in any decision.
Then, Prince Crescendo, do you admit that you are merely using Andantino to push forward the interests of Baroque? It is rather convenient that your ties to a rebel band from a neighboring country could so easily be severed once the need arose.
That is not true. Prince Crescendo would never do anything like that.
That's enough. Jazz and I have known each other since the days of our youth. We may have different social positions, but he has always been someone I could confide in and speak openly to.
Really? I didn't know that. But then, why is Jazz living in Forte instead of here?
Are you familiar with Mount Rock? It's a mountain rich in ore located on the Forte border.
I know all about it. Thanks to all the digging Forte's been doing out there, Hagogo Forest is in big trouble.
Jazz is originally from that area, and through its history, Forte has always maintained very strict control over that place. Oppressively strict. Many people have opposed their cruel treatment of the miners, as well as their utter disregard for the delicate ecology of the mountain. Unlike me, Jazz was always a passionate leader. Since we were young, he's always had a talent for making decisions and taking action. So, to be honest, when I heard he had taken part in a revolt of the Forte miners, well, knowing him, I can't say it came as much of a surprise at all.
So what happened in the revolt?
Forte's forces showed the miners no mercy. Much blood was spilled. By the time Baroque intervened, it was over. After that, Jazz never returned to Baroque. He founded Andantino to continue his fight against Forte.
And that's why you agreed to cooperate with them.
Even though I shared his feelings when we were younger, there was nothing I could do then to help his cause. But now, I owed it to him to offer my support, especially since we're both trying to accomplish the same goal. Believe me, even though I can no longer support Jazz directly, I haven't forsaken that bond of friendship. With Serenade's help, I'm hoping to find a peaceful means for both our countries to live happily side by side.
Frederick, I believe Prince Crescendo. I think what he's trying to do makes a lot of sense.
Yes. Now that you've explained it, I can also understand your point of view. We'll make certain to convey your feelings to Jazz.
Great! Then we can get going. I bet Reto and the others are all looking for us anyway. If we can get back to Retardando somehow, I'm sure we can find Jazz and everyone else.
All right. Then let's return to Retardando. If Allegretto and the others are all right, I expect they are on the way there as well.
I wonder if March is holding out okay. She's hopeless without me around. All right then, let's get moving. Come on, Beat, we're gonna leave you behind if you don't pick up the pace.
Salsa, are you okay?
Oh man, that hurt!
I'm sorry, I didn't see you. Are you all right, miss? Are you hurt?
What the heck? What's with the gigantic mirror?
Oh, this? It's one of Baroque's royal treasures passed down through the generations.
What in the world is going on? What is all this commotion about? Oh my, what have we here? What exactly were you planning on doing with this huge mirror?
Oh, Princess Serenade! Well, you see,
This mirror was one of my grandfather's most precious possessions. It's called Lament. I requested that it be moved up to my chamber. I'm told my grandfather would often stand before this mirror to think, pondering what the future might hold for our country. In his day, Baroque was surrounded by much stronger nations. The responsibility of protecting Baroque must have been an overwhelming burden.
Prince Crescendo.
Come on, don't tell me you don't know what that thing is. Mirrors are shiny things that show your reflection. Silly dog. Nothing's gonna come out of there no matter how much you bark.
No!
Minuet! She got flattened. Huh? What the?
But she was... have happened?
The blinding flash of light we saw. It can't be.
Prince Crescendo, do you know something that could explain this?
How could it be possible?
Where am I?
to our world again!
Phew! For a minute there, I was actually getting pretty nervous.
Please, I can't believe that's all it takes to shake you up. You really need to toughen up, small fry.
What did you say? What about you? You were practically bawling back there.
No way, me? I never cry. The only time I ever tear up is from the beauty of a perfect sunset.
War between Baroque and Forte. Maybe your grandfather, the king, was wrong about leaving such an important decision up to a mirror.
The purpose of a mirror is to show us a reflection of ourselves. Not only our outward appearance, but also what is inside of us. It may seem as though he left the decision up to the spirit of the mirror, but in the end, I believe the choice was his own. My grandfather was searching for an answer within himself, and I believe that he found it. People face countless choices. Everything from what wine to have with dinner, to grave decisions that are matters of life and death. Every choice creates a path and determines what tomorrow will bring. But regardless, we cannot expect others to make those choices for us. After all, if left to others, there's no guarantee they'll make the right decision. And when that happens, who is it that will have to accept responsibility? The answer, of course, is ourselves. No one else would be willing to accept it. So, we all strive to live our lives to the fullest. We can't allow ourselves to be led by others. We must take charge of our own destinies and decide our future. It doesn't matter what the outcome may be. The choice is the important thing. I, for one, don't want any regrets.
Right.
So, what are we gonna do now?
It looks like we'll have to cross over that mountain. It'll be pretty difficult with all the snow, but Redondo is in that direction.
Well, let's go. I'll bet Redo's at the hideout right now wondering when we're gonna show up.
No way do I want to get lost in those cold mountains. Oh, I really wish I was back in the Go-Go Forest.
Indeed. Let's be certain we're well prepared before setting out on this journey.